For North Carolina, Burkhoff, Hansen, Alons, and they're replacing Poole with Webb, right? 2 individual champions tonight in that event, Burkhoff in the 100 back, Hansen in the 100 breast. But Virginia has Gretchen Walsh, the freshman, Wenger, who got second. Walsh is the individual champion in the 200 free, going to be swimming butterfly here, and then Douglas is the 50 free champion. So there's your lineup for lane 4 and 6. That's the top secret information. Walsh and Douglas is the first time they're going to swim today. So relatively very fresh at the end of that relay for UVA.
Some of the best swimmers in the country in the 3rd and final heat.
Flaming toes. Take your bar.
The time to beat again, 3:30.87 by UNC. Louisville, by the way, who's in lane number 2, finished 3rd at the ACCs last year. What Burkhoff has done in the backstroke here at the ACC. She's out in lane number 4 for NC State with the lead. You mentioned her, the freshman Gretchen Walsh for UVA.
23.88 there on that first 50. Burkhoff 24.34. Burkhoff, we know, closes very well, but Walsh is not afraid to take it out. And that says a lot about a freshman. She's going out there and putting it all on the line.
It's Walsh and Burkhoff going to touch here in this 3rd and final heat. Virginia gets first after the first leg by Walsh over to Wenger and Hansen for Virginia and North Carolina State respectively.
4/100ths of a second separating them. Walsh just slightly faster in that backstroke than Burkhoff was. So this is going to stay close. Now you have first and second. You saw first and second in the backstroke. Burkhoff and Walsh, you've got the same thing in the water here for the breaststroke. But do they shift? Walsh getting her hand on the wall first. She finished second in the individual. Let's see what's going to line up here. Right now, Wenger slightly ahead of Hansen. UVA's had 2 American records already in relays this week.
And guess what? The 2 Olympians are up next for UVA,
and
Alex
fresh.
Walsh and Kate Douglas. And you're right, it's important to note, they have not swam in the individual events on day 4.
Yes,
Great
had the
point.
morning off. They're loose.
Side by side, Virginia still has the lead. Here's Alex Walsh, the Olympian, against Kylie Alons in the fly.
Alons had a great exchange there, almost popping up. About 0.3 of a second was separating them. Now, Alons with that great underwater. But remember, the anchor, side by side, you have Douglas, which was the champion in the 50 freestyle.
See this turn here by UVA, and Alex Walsh going to give way to Douglas, the other Olympian.
Walsh looks to get into that wall just a little bit sooner. Alon stays underwater a little bit longer, so different strategies. You can see the pain, but you have to hit this wall.
Douglas with the lead at 2:36.09 against the sophomore, and that change, as you referenced accurately early on, in Abby Webb in lane number 4 for NC State. Get that time to beat, 3:30.87, held right now by North Carolina in lane number 6, it's UVA.
And Douglas, I mean the power, the tempo. A lot of times when these swimmers go to their legs like that, you see the tempo slow down. The power that she has to get that tempo going and keep those legs into it, that's not easy to do, to have both going. The motor up front, the power in the stroke. They went into the water almost synchronized and almost 2.5 body lengths ahead.
And Virginia in back-to-back ACCs wins gold in the 400 medley relay.
Guys, that unofficially smashes the American record. Smashes it.
3:22.34. They're the Who's. Cavaliers getting into it here at the Macaulay Aquatic Center. That American record at 3:25.09 by Stanford, as you're referencing, in 2018.
Yeah.
Wow.
Simone Manuel, the Olympian, was anchoring that for Stanford. That broke that in 18. And exchanges, finishing it in. And you can see the fatigue in Walsh, but how she's able to time that last stroke. That is everything for Douglas. The girls go in the water, but the tempo that Kate Douglas was able to keep in the freestyle with her legs, pulling away from North Carolina State in that relay. Right there. ACC champions, new American record holders. That is the 3rd American record in the relay by UVA. And they're primed to swim fast here. But right here in the statement and how these athletes and how these coaches go to perform at AA's, this is amazing.
UVA is going to take gold. NC State second. North Carolina is going to hang on for the bronze. We go to the men's 400-yard medley relay next.